Today's exciting equipment topic is one of my favourite pieces of equipment going, because I'm sad like that, the marvellous C-stand. I'm going to take you through not only why they're so marvellous, but how to use them properly, how not to break them, how to get the best out of them. Let's crack on. Now, the name C-stands either comes from the original century stands used in the film industry since time immemorial, which apparently extended up to 100 feet, hence century, or it refers to the C shape the legs make. I've heard people claim both are true, but personally I like to think C stands for cool, as they're such incredibly useful pieces of kit. You might also hear them referred to as flag stands, as they often support or hold flags, or Matthews stands, as Matthews are the main manufacturers of them. Now, for starters, they're modular. They come as a set of feet, a column, and then an arm. The feet are also available in a version which allows them to be set at different heights to allow for undulations of ground, and the columns come in different lengths, as do the arms. The fact they're modular and that the feet collapse allows them to be stored and transported easily. To assemble, start with the smallest foot, then the middle, then the largest, and they'll all spring into place neatly. Reverse this process to collapse the feet. Then drop your column in and lock it off, and lastly, if you need one, attach an arm to the top, although they can be used without an arm if you don't expect to need to move whatever you attach very much. The spigot on the top of the stand is the same gauge as that on a lightweight stand, as well as lots of similar stands, and even better, the end of the arm that doesn't have a knuckle on is the same gauge too, and this is where the magic happens. If you attach something to the end of this arm, in this case a flash head, you can now position it within a very wide arc without having to move the stand. Just loosen the knuckle at the top, taking care to keep hold of whatever you've mounted, and angle it wherever you like and then lock it off. When doing this, be sure to observe the famous Righty-Tighty, Lefty-Loosey rule. What this means is that as you face the knuckle to tighten the arm, in this case put yourself in Jake's shoes, you want to have the weighted end to your right. This ensures that as the weight pulls down on the knuckle and gravity works upon it, it is working to tighten and keep it in place, hence righty-tighty. If you set it up with the weight on your left as you face it, lefty-loosey, the weight will work to loosen and undo the knuckle, and whatever you've just attached will likely come crashing down pretty soon. A C-stand can also be used as a small boom arm, allowing you to position a light over your subject or over the camera, but be sure to place the extended arm over the highest and longest of the 3 feet, as that's where it will be most stable. And speaking of stability, whilst C-stands are a decent weight in their own right and therefore fairly stable, you should always ballast them as required. See my other video for more information on ballast, and also counterbalance anything you set up on a boom. All in all, they're really versatile pieces of kit that I find indispensable. Their only real drawback is their weight. Whilst a big advantage in the studio or keeping something stable on a windy down location, their weight means that transporting them can be somewhat demanding, but of course that's the price you pay for being well built and substantial. A 40-inch stand, the size you see here in the video, costs less than £200 and is worth every penny in my book. They've got 1,000 uses and are so well built they're pretty certain to outlast us all. Well, that was good to know, wasn't it? If you want more of that sort of information about basic equipment and the fundamentals of studio photography, there's a playlist up here, or you can go to photosmudger.teachable.com for a full online course in the like, or my blog at photosmudger.com, which has lots of in-depth blog posts about creativity and the business of photography. Help yourselves.